Welcome to our new series, The 200 Movie Challenge. Our goal this year is to watch 200 movies that we haven't seen yet. If you want to listen to the full podcast where this clip is from, the link will be in the description. Now enjoy today's movie.
Soto, this is our first full week of October. We're in spooky season.
Yes.
Yeah, it is. I'm just kind of setting the tone because I'm pretty much going to try and watch as many horror movies. That's going to be my theme for October. We did No Tubi September, which was great.
Mm-hmm.
Then I had to go and watch Hubcap, which was not great. But I will say this, Soto,
No.
first of all, I did not go to Tubi this week. But yeah, 34
Oh,
weeks.
sweet.
Yeah. We're at almost, well, actually, I'm going to start off soon, but yeah, we're 160. At the end of this, 163 total films. So,
Almost there.
Soto, let me ask you something. Do you remember when we first started this journey and you brought up that, because as a joke, you want to watch 100 films. And the main reason why, we talked about this was like, hey, in the last 10 years, I haven't seen a lot of films. You might not have seen a few. And we originally was like a way to catch up on past films. That was the whole point of this.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Soto, I've been waiting 10 months for this episode. And there's a reason, because to me, that wasn't the only reason. I looked at this, I'm like, you know what? There's movies that I haven't seen that I should have seen. And I'm like, I am just going, when the time's right, I'm going to talk about it. And partly because, and I've told the story, like when I was in college, and I didn't see Top Gun until I was in college. So it was 10 years out later. I don't know why it missed me. It just happened to miss me, obviously, because my dad used to show me a lot of films. I saw a lot of movies. I don't know why Top Gun wasn't on the list, blah, blah, blah. And then, friends are like, dude, especially when you get film, how'd you not see Top Gun? Top Gun. Finally I said, I liked it. Don't get me wrong. And I was like, God, yeah, it was just weird. But Soda, there is a movie that I have never seen. And this review is going to be so ass backwards because I honestly think the shock of me admitting this to you and to the world. Now, anyone that clicked on this video, they already know the answer, but Soto does have no clue. I didn't even put this in my letterbox just so he didn't say, hey, your friends are watching this. Like, I haven't even done this yet. So I'm just telling you the lengths I went. Because I'll be honest, like, this came out in our lifetime. It's, earlier in this challenge, you watched Lawrence of Arabia, which is great. A lot of film buffs would watch it. I personally have yet to see it, but it's not like if I was like, dude, how do you never seen Lawrence of Arabia? Because it was made in the fucking,
right.
But this is made in our lifetime. And it was such a cultural phenomenon. Like, I don't know how I missed it. And I am going to build this up so much, Soto, until I release.
Because
when I get to it, there's nothing for me to review. Because we already know it. I think the shock is there.
Of course.
But no, because everyone has seen this. But to me, it's just like, I don't know how I kind of missed this film. And I wish I would have outlined some of my thoughts.
We've never talked about this?
You don't know that I've never seen this. But it's also to the point now where not that I faked it, but like it's never really come up in conversation.
Sure.
And it's, God. Now, there are some movies I haven't seen, which is fine, like it's a lesser.
Yeah.
But Soda, when I tell you this movie, and when a lot of people hear, the few that actually watch this video, that I have never seen this, I think it's going to be a shock. Now, Soda, I'm actually going to do something very differently. I'm going to tell you right now, this is my 29th movie on my list.
Wow.
Now, I'm telling you this, and I'm going to be honest, when I started this, I thought that this should have been top 10. I felt going in, this was going to be a top 10 movie. And don't get me wrong, it was a good movie. It's a good movie. I just don't know why I loved it as much as I think some people do. Now, knowing your taste, I could be wrong. This is on the fence. You'll understand maybe why once I kind of get into it. Why it might be low. But I think still the shock that I haven't seen this is what's going to carry the rest of this video.
Okay,
and
so
I think
29 we are in. Okay, all right. So okay.
So first of all, I was looking, like I said, all right, let me look, and I'm like, I can't put it up this high. And I actually rearranged my 20s a little bit. I don't know if I did it on my Google Docs, but and I'm like, and this might change. It could. I don't think it's going to go down. I really don't think it's going to go up. But it's just so funny because it's the season, and anyone that loves Halloween films, horror films, has pretty much seen that this movie that's in our age group and maybe younger. So I'm trying to find out how else to drag this out.
I am in suspense.
I know you are, and because I've been thinking about this all day, and I know there's like funny things I was gonna say about this, and I'll be honest, like my heart is racing, just getting ready to admit this because I'm like, because I have to build this up. But anyhow, so yes,
Okay.
when we started,
Chad.
there is
You're
I'm
safe.
gonna get it, but yes, there's a few movies that I'm like I should see because I've never seen, and to me this is like the top movie like everyone loves this time of year, and I don't know
Yeah.
why. So I don't.
I
Are you ready for my 29th movie?
hit me with the 29th movie, man. Do it.
So,
Give it to me.
the movie that I saw for the first time ever
2025.
was in 1993. Tim Burton's The Nightmare Before Christmas.
How did you miss out on seeing that movie? You worked at Blockbuster Video.
Not in 1993. I was 15 then. I don't know.
Oh my god!
I
I would imagine that this is a movie that Jill likes too, but apparently I'm wrong.
We haven't talked
You
about it.
would've
I don't know. We actually haven't talked about that. I haven't admitted. You're my psychiatrist right now about this. My therapist. I've not admitted this because I knew the songs. I've heard. I knew the what's this. I knew obviously the characters, but there's a lot of things I didn't know. Most of that I learned from Nightmare Before Christmas was from Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah.
Because of those.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I say that jokingly. And the music was great. So I don't know. I honestly, because I love, like we talked about the Dark Crystal and a lot of those movies. I love those, especially growing up. I love those movies. And I felt like this would have been a movie I honestly thought would have been top 10. And I'm watching it. And yeah, there's some parts I'm in it. And, again, I knew a lot about this, that, he kidnapped Santa Claus. He's trying to do Chris. But there's just a lot. I'm like, God, this does not resonate with me as much as I thought it would. And I'm wondering, is it because it's been so over fucking hyped? And we've talked about this because everyone loves it. And then I'm like, have you sat down and really watched this? And to answer your question, Soto, that you asked to Mel and Tengu, this is, you know what? I would probably say this is more of a Christmas movie than a Halloween movie, if I had to choose one. Now, I'm not saying it isn't. Right? It starts off. What? Mel did say both, but you did ask if you had to choose one. So that if you had, and I think because there is the Christmas theme and stuff like that. Yes, but it is both. And I know you were just having fun with the conversation, but yeah. So I don't know why. I think in the mid '90s, especially in high school, before I really got into film, towards the end of junior high because of sports, I wasn't still into, because it came out when I was 15. And you're right, I worked at Blockbuster and there was just so many other things. I think it was just one of those things like, maybe I'll rent it or maybe it was on. And I just never fucking watched this. And so, yeah, after a while, it's just been like, well, what's the point now? I kind of it is what it is. Like, I just honestly didn't care. And so when we started this, I was like, I need to watch this movie in October and blow Soto's fucking mind. And yeah, and I can't explain why it happened, but honestly, because I know how you feel about Tim Burton, and that's why I'm like, he might rank this a little lower, but I also feel like this is probably the one Tim Burton movie he fucking loves, so I don't know. But I was just like, I don't know if it was the story or.
By the way, it's Pee-wee for me, so just FYI.
Oh, you know what? Okay, no, that's right. I am a huge Pee-wee's Playhouse fan.
I love Pee-wee's Big Adventure, Mike. That is a classic to me. But I'm going to tell you something right now. I also feel that this movie is overhyped. I have seen it. I've dated, plenty of people who love this movie.
Mm-hmm.
I know this movie is huge in Japan in particular. And the character design, it's actually directed by Tim Burton, although he gets his name on it.
That's true.
It's actually directed by somebody else. But it's got a very Tim Burton vibe. Because I've talked about it before, how Tim Burton's more of a brand now than anything. But I will say this, Sarah loves this movie. And it is talked about all the time. It will be watched again. probably soon. It is beautifully done, and I think it's iconic. But I personally do not think that it is as big of a deal as people like kind of make it out to be.
Yes.
It doesn't. It doesn't. I can understand, kind of like Wicked, since that's topical. Like I understand where you guys are going with Wicked. I get it. That's your thing. I'm not shitting on it. It's just not my cup of tea. Same thing with Nightmare Before Christmas. Like I understand it. I think it's kind of cool. I appreciate the iconic imagery. Um, some of the songs are kind of whatever, but like as a story overall, it's kind of just whatever to me. I'm not saying it's bad, but I am not a humongous Nightmare Before Christmas fan. And I don't think about it very often, but again, I appreciate people that do, and that's fine. That's all you, but I do kind of agree with you. It's not really like some sort of, mind-blowing experience. It's a pop culture phenomenon.
Correct.
There's no way to doubt that, but I do agree with you. It's not exactly like this thing that's going to be so great. So yeah, no, I mean, I thought you were going to say something weird like Nightmare on Elm Street or some shit like that, or something like Forrest Gump you hadn't seen. And I was gonna be like, holy shit. But Night Before Christmas, I mean, as a fan of musicals, I'm kind of surprised because
yeah,
that is your thing. You like musicals.
But most Disney
and,
films are musicals in a way. So yeah, no, this is more of a different style. And like I said, the music was fine. I mean, like I said, the animation, like you said, I enjoyed. And again, you got to think about the fact this is 1993 as well. I don't know what's the story. I don't know, and I'm just watching, and I was finding myself because Toto, this movie, if I remember correctly, is only an hour 20 long. It's not a long movie. It's not even. I don't even think it hits 90 minutes. If I remember, it's like 80 something minutes.
Longer than that to me, at least.
That's how I felt. I'm like, when is this shit over? I'm like, this is not.
Yep.
I'm like, this can't be. Why do people love this so much? And I get it. Even there's something for everyone. We talked about we talked about it. There's movies we love. People are like, what the fuck? We talked about Pulp Fiction. People are like, I don't get it. That's fine, and I understand that. I mean,
that's fine.
To each their own. But yeah, I think when going in, I kind of expected like I said, I honestly thought, oh shit, this is gonna be a top 10 movie. This is gonna be hilarious. And I'm watching, I'm like, I can't, for the sake of what I'm doing with this list, I'm like, I can't put. And I'm looking even at the 20s. I'm like, I can't put it top 20. So yeah, it falls to 29 for me, and don't get me wrong. Will I ever? I don't know if I'll ever see this again. It happens to be on, and we don't want to change the channel. Fine, that'd be the only reason. But yeah, Soto, for however many years it's been, 30. My math, 32 years. 22, 7 to carry that. 32 years. I have not seen the Nightmare Before Christmas. I've never seen it once. But I knew of it. So when people ask, it was just like, hey, you're getting kind of a Tim Burton film or vibe. If you like that, you'll like it. Thing. And that just shows you how we could fake it at Blockbuster. Even if we didn't see movies, we just knew what people liked, and you just knew certain movies. Like, yeah, if you like this, you'll like this. No one knew. So no, it's not Forrest Gump. It's not Nightmare on Elm Street. Any of that shit. I'm sure if I dig, there might be that crazy one. But anything before our time, it's hard. But like I said, this came out in our era. This came out, because obviously I was 15. So this is something like you said, I should have seen once. Whether or not I liked it, that's a different story. But I should have at least seen once. And I laughed. I'm like, I've never seen it. Like, I know these characters. I know people get tattoos of Jack Skellington all the time, whatever. He's memorable. He's iconic. But it just wasn't for me. And I just thought, I guess it was so overhyped. If I would have saw this in 93, maybe I would have had, as a younger self before I get into films, maybe I would have thought differently or been like, oh man, how they put it. But seeing this now in my life, I'm like, no. So am I glad I said yeah? Because at least now I can say what it is. But no, Soto, this is the first time I've seen it. I'm not going to say it's the last time, but I'm not rushing to turn this on anytime soon. So I'll leave it at that.
Makes sense. Well, hey, that's a perfectly fine opinion and one that I happen to agree with.